Mr. Carter.
Hi,
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Excellent, excellent. It's good to see you. Hey, Mom. Don't be laughing, Carter.
Hello.
I knew your mom before I knew you. Brother Toddy, how you doing, good brother?
Going on, brother? Hi.
All right. Brother Roberts,
What's happening?
Brother Goodman.
What's up, Carter?
So,
I like that chair you saying, name. What's that? Your gaming chair?
yeah, it's my gaming chair.
Okay.
I actually thought I had a free weekend, huh? I was on a 2 hour call yesterday with the province. Now I got this. Then we got that COVID-19 thing after this. Bruh, I'm tired. I'm tired. So you ready, brother Tarty, man? You ready? You ready?
Ready for it?
For this to
You
be
know what?
yours.
You know what? You know what for? Act like you don't know.
I don't.
Like he caught amnesia.
Right,
Huh? What?
right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk after this.
You got support, brother. You got support. I see Josh and Elijah joined. Okay, Damien and Tamir. I see Carmen, but I don't remember Carmen going through our induction ceremony. I wonder who that might be.
No, it was Damir's birthday the other day too. You know, I'm trying to remember which day it was. Thursday, maybe.
Yeah, I forget which day it was. I know it's now, man. That was my cue for you to change your name so that nobody is thinking like, hey, who's Carmen?
You have a Nile sighting? What?
I know, now it's in the house.
That's because golf about to start back up.
Are those just pretzels, or you got some mustard on the side? What's going on?
Just pretzels.
Just straight. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big mustard fan at all.
Oh wow. Well, listen, I'm a huge mustard fan. I would eat.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck up, so I'd be eating my pretzels with Grey Poupon or something.
Can you guys hear me?
You
We can
sure
hear you,
can.
Tamir.
Yes.
Okay.
How are you, Tamir?
I'm good. It's Tamir, by the way, like Tamir.
Okay, I appreciate you correcting me. What's up with your last name though? Is Portate now?
Oh man, how I messed that up?
Ah,
You know how to fix it?
No, I don't.
All right, I got you.
All right, I got you.
Go.
You go up to the upper right corner of your picture. Oh no, you can't do it from here.
Yeah, I did it for him.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
Whose iPhone?
No.
Who?
No.
Now Roman?
Yes.
So you on 2 devices?
I just went through 2 different emails. I left them. My mom.
Okay.
Do you all see that? You see that house behind me? That's where I
Yeah.
pledged. That's where I pledged. Kappa Alpha. Well, that was one of the locations. That was part of the process. But yeah, that's it. It actually finally fell down about a year ago for lack of support. But it was old. It was old when I was there. At Grambling State University, I guess I should mention that, in the country.
Come on now, you know you didn't have to tell us that.
It was in the country.
Or that it was Grambling.
Grambling.
You didn't have to tell us none of that.
Well, it was for the benefit
I
of
think
the
you're
young
talking to the
men.
young
Yeah,
man.
Oh,
that's
okay.
for in case they ever considered, going to school in Louisiana, they would know Grambling State University is one of the places I would recommend. Not because of that house behind me, however, because it's gone.
So how's everybody's Sunday going?
All is well. It's a good day. I was gonna ask, were you able to get out in, some of the nice weather earlier or yesterday?
Well, I mean, I walked my dog, but that's about it.
What? That's still exercise and getting out. Yeah, I was in Annapolis, Maryland, and then Washington, D.C., and I got to walk the National Harbor, and then in Annapolis, walked around, looked at the shops and restaurants and boats, and Naval Academy. So I got quite a bit of walking in, much needed.
All right, so we're gonna give them literally 2 minutes. And we're gonna start at 3:05. Carter, you did say that was your gaming chair?
Yeah,
Cool. What games you play?
mostly 2K21.
You any good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Are you rated? Do they have ratings where you can see how you stack up against other gamers?
Yeah.
How do you rank?
What'd you say?
How do you rank?
It's like that
My
Peloton
rank-
commercial,
my rank is
27,000
90
out of
overall.
27,000.
You play on Hall of Fame level, Carter?
Yeah, I'm a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That's a good letter, Tony? That's a good level?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty much the toughest level you can play on. So
Carter used cheat codes.
Stop the cat. No. I do not use no cheat codes. I don't.
Anybody else play, what'd you say, 2K, right?
Yeah.
Guess that means no, huh?
Oh, he on mute.
All right. Just turned over to 3:05. Welcome everyone to another one of our Trenton Capital League meetings. I appreciate everyone being here as normal. I don't know if we have, I don't see any officers. So any officers on the call right now? Besides Carter, I think Carter is Carter, you were the strategist, correct?
Yeah.
Any other officers we have? I know one of the Goodmans, I think one of the Goodmans is,
Well, what was
not
the question?
mistaken. Say that again.
What was the question?
What's your position? What office do you hold?
I think president. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just asked for who's the officers on the line, right?
Well, now I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who is that messaging me? So I don't know if you can hear me, but there's no waiting room. I don't, you guys sign right in, correct? You use the
Yeah.
link, right?
No,
There's
when
no
I-
waiting room. If
Yeah.
he's
Oh, wait,
in a
no.
waiting room, he's
Yeah,
in the
when
wrong
you-
place.
When you click on the link, it says waiting for the waiting for the meeting to start.
Oh, if that's the case, then the meeting has started, so he should be able to join right in. I'm talking to a parent that's direct messaging me. Just in
Okay,
case.
so hi, this is Jennifer Evans, Destin's mom. So I will tell him to restart and maybe he'll be able to get in.
Yeah, he
but
should be
he's
able
been-
to get in there.
Okay, yeah, because he was waiting since 2:30. So I'm
Yeah, I
not
don't
sure.
open it up until 2:50.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought the meeting was at 2:30.
So
Okay.
in Zoom, they only give you block times at the half hour.
Okay,
So I can't do 2:50. I have to do 2:30.
got it. Okay, no worries. All right, I'll tell him to get back on, but he's going to have to leave shortly because he's en route to a game, but he was, trying to make as much time as he could. But he'll get whatever he can get, I guess, in the short amount of time he's able to attend.
Okay, so all the meetings are recorded too. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
he can always go back and view it if he has a game or something like that.
Okay, I'll tell him to do that. Okay.
All right,
All right. Thank you.
no problem.
All righty. Bye.
All right, so Josh, since you're the president here, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. We're gonna get started.
All right.
So today's topic is gonna be about competition, but before we do that, we're gonna go into, of course, this is the wrong screen, so let me minimize that and that. And I don't know why this is showing up, so let's start over again. I see you laughing, Josh. It's not funny. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Welcome, good afternoon. All right, so this is pretty much the structure, right? So the first 15 minutes is the opening. So we're about 3:08 right now. So we have about, a couple more minutes. This is what the agenda is gonna look like. Our call to order. And I'm pretty much gonna be the one running through all of this, unless Josh wants to speak up at some point and, he can start talking about the minutes or, things that happened at the last meeting. But this is pretty much what we're gonna be discussing, right? And some of these things are up here from February, but we didn't really like have a conversation about them because at the last meeting, if you guys remember, where was the last meeting at? Anyone? Anyone? Hey, Trent, welcome.
Sorry, I just had a little bit of trouble getting in.
That's okay, as long as you're here. Where did we have our last meeting at, gentlemen? You guys remember?
It was on a Saturday.
Wasn't it with like the whole Capital League? Isn't it called like the province?
Wait, hold on. Who is that speaking?
Tamir.
Tamir?
Yeah.
Okay, you're close. Before that,
Oh man.
what I'm referring to is our guide right meeting, our Capital League meeting, our Trenton Capital League meeting. When was that last meeting?
That was like last month, wasn't it?
Right, but where was it? Brother Tardy gave you a hint. He told you it was on a Saturday. Anyone? Last chance. I got a gift card riding on this answer. Five.
Are you asking like what was it about, or?
So I'm asking, okay, so we all know it was in the virtual realm, right?
Yeah.
So when I say where was the meeting, who all were in that meeting? And you don't have to tell me by names, but was it just us?
Nah, it wasn't just us. It was wasn't there another organization there? I forget what it was called though.
Did you really?
Print, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm gonna start my countdown. Trent, you ready? You got it or no?
Where were we on a meeting with, I think it was called Nesby, I think.
So 5, nope.
Mm,
4, 3, 2, 1. And oh, come on, young men. Weren't y'all in the meeting with us? Didn't you attend our meeting on March 6th? Anyone?
I did.
I know some of you guys did. I think most of you guys did. Because we had a nice turnout. So you don't remember being a part of Trenton's monthly meeting on that Saturday, March 6th? Okay, well, anyway, moving on, that $20 gift card is out the door now. So this is what
that was a memorable meeting too.
I thought so. Maybe I was wrong, but this is what the agenda is gonna look like. So I'm gonna go back to the presentation. And so we need the president, and president, if you can volunteer one member to speak as the members, that would be great.
I could do it.
Who is
If you
that?
don't mind me volunteering, Tamir. If you don't mind me volunteering.
Oh, no, not at all. So that's going to be Josh. Josh is going to be the president, and then Tamir is going to be the members. Excellent.
Okay.
All right, start.
Yep.
The regular meeting of the Capital League is now called to order. Invocation will be rendered by Elijah Goodman.
You still got one more part, don't you?
So no. He doesn't have one more part. Where's Elijah?
right here.
Okay, so Elijah, he volunteered you to do the invocation, which is basically like the prayer, the opening prayer.
Uh, everyone bow your head for thank you, Lord, for bringing us together for this meeting so that we can learn together.
Did you say amen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we didn't hear you, but okay. All right, next part, Josh.
What is the purpose of the Kappa League?
The purpose of the Kappa League is to promote and develop the leadership potential of its members through participation in club-oriented activities and at the same time motivate them to raise their aspiration level.
What is our pledge?
I pledge that as a member of this Kappa League, I will faithfully and truly perform to the best of my ability the duties and responsibilities to uphold the objectives of good leadership development.
This meeting is now open for the business that is to be presented to the membership.
Excellent. Give me 1 second. Let me just finish writing down these names. Thank you, gentlemen. So February meeting, or February, this is what I was referring to. At the beginning of the month, we attended our Kappa meeting, right? And you guys were guests in our meeting. And you got an opportunity to see how the meeting is actually ran, right? Also on that day, there was the monthly National Guide-Right meeting that took place. It was a college tour. Did any of you young men attend the Delta Sigma Theta Annual Black History Month program?
Wait, which one was that?
Because, yeah, I remember doing something with Black History Month with where it was like, were any of the brothers here, there?
Are you talking about the brothers as in the adults or the
Yeah.
brothers as in?
Yeah, the adults here.
I can tell you personally, I wasn't there. I don't know if any other brother attended or was able to attend.
And I don't think I made it to that one.
Okay. So that's basically the annual program where is normally the students that put on a presentation, a skit for about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes or so. And normally we practice that skit in January leading up to the actual date in February. And this year, remember I kept telling you guys they wanted you to come up with a skit for the adults to actually produce and to present. And even though that didn't happen, it was still open for you to attend. So if none of you attended, then, it is what it is. The next thing that came up on the calendar for February was the parent meeting. I don't know if you had a chance to talk to your parents about what the DRIP program is, but it's called DRIP. It's what's the acronym? I know it's an investment program. It's deferred reinvestment program. I think it's something like that. But anyway, Brother Tardy, you unmuted. You know what it was?
I think it's dividend reinvestment interest program.
There you go. Thank you. Dividend reinvestment interest program. So basically what that means is we're going to be looking at, as a chapter, helping your parents to start an account with you, an account in your name, so that by the time, say, Carter, what grade are you in again?
I'm in the 6th.
Okay, so Carter's a perfect example. Carter and probably Trent are perfect examples, right? Because they're young men that's in our program. And as long as they stay with our program for the next 6 years, 5-6 years, then they, at the end of the program, they would have accumulated a certain amount of stock in a company, okay? And that's something that, your parents participated in a few Saturday, well, on the 24th, a Thursday night on 24th. Okay. And then there was the meeting that I think Josh was the one that was talking about the leadership conference. So Josh, can you tell us a little bit about that leadership conference?
That was the one at the end where we had to take that picture.
Yes. Yep.
All right, yeah. So it was just basically a bunch of, I think it was a bunch of Kappa leagues around the country, right?
Is as actually just in this province.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
yeah, it's in this province.
All right. And they had us, I think they, beforehand, they had us set up from a bunch of different meetings of what we thought was interesting, maybe stuff that would help us with our future.
Mhm.
And then we would go to meetings. I think it was like 2 different ones, breakout rooms all together, and that's what they would just talk to us about for like 30 minutes. And then after, they had it was just like, I think it was just about Black History Month a little bit, and the Negro Leagues was what they were talking about too. And I think that was pretty much it.
Any other young men on the line that want to talk about it for a minute? So Josh was the only one that attended? Okay, very well. So let's move on.
Wait. No, I did attend that one. I did attend that.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about it, Carter.
It was mostly about the Negro Leagues and how baseball was a good event for the Black people.
What else do you remember?
That's all I can really think about. I can't remember everything else.
Okay. So New Rochelle hosted our New Rochelle White Plains hosted our annual Kappa League Leadership Conference. Next year, it's actually going to be us hosting it, right? And so as president, Josh, and your committee, your officers, and as well as the adults, we're going to have a conversation about the type of things that you would like to see at the next meeting, right? In February of next year, 2022, right? So we'll have that conversation with you. But the conference is really a great event where all young men that participate in Kappa League that sign up, right, and participate in Kappa League throughout our province come together and attend these different or various workshops where it could be one of my fraternity brothers that's leading the workshop, or it can be another, outside source leading the workshop, but they're all meant to kind of like enlighten you and, expand your horizon, if you will, on education or things that you might be interested in, right? And so there were about over 200 participants in that particular meeting on the 27th. Okay. And so for next year, we're going to look for that same kind of turnout, when we're hosting it. And we might be in a, not in a virtual platform, right? We might actually be in the presence of each other. It really all depends. Hopefully we'll find out somewhere before July, maybe August, and then we'll start planning it out for sure, right? But in the meantime, think about the things that you guys are interested in, things that you are interested in. Because for me, as an adult, my interests might not be the same things as that you might be interested in, right? I might find, horticulture to be fascinating, right? And then I set up a a meeting for that to take place during the leadership conference about the different jobs and, you know, career fields of horticulture. And I might not get any students involved in it because it's not interested to you, right? So think about some things that you might be interested in and, you know, touch base with your president, Josh Goodman, you know, and then Josh will come back to the table, to the committee, to Arthur, you know, Brother Tardy, myself, Brother Roberts, and, you know, have a conversation about what we can put on the agenda. And it could be, you know, various fields, at least 20 different fields, right? 20 different occupations, things of interest, okay? Because we want to have a variety of, you know, things that your age group might be interested in. So Carter's age group might have something different than, you know, say Elijah or Niall, right? Niall might have something different than Josh, even though you guys are closer in age. So just something to think about and look forward to. Because we'll be hosting 2022 and 2023, okay? And it's really fascinating. It's really amazing, actually, not fascinating, but amazing when it's actually an in-person event, because you actually get to see and sit next to and be in the company of, you know, Kappa Leaguers throughout our province. And, you know, they may have the same likes that you have and same aspirations that you have, and you get to see their attire, their, you know, their sweatshirt, their uniform and everything. Is really cool. It's a really cool event. And so that actually took the place of our, you know, February 28th meeting. So you didn't actually have a meeting on that day. So in terms of old business, so far, as you can see, if you remember, I think it was 800 in gifts that we had given out. So now we're up to about 1,100. So if you're not partaking in this, then you're missing out, right? I know Tamir, you got that gift card I sent you recently from Amazon?
Oh yeah, I did get that gift card. You talking about the link?
Yeah. How much was it?
It was $40. You know,
$40,
I was actually
right?
surprised that you was able to do that. I didn't know you was able to send a link and get the money.
Listen, so this is going to be the direction that we're going to be going to, because it was so much easier sending you the Amazon and getting it paid for, and then sending you the link for Amazon versus me going to GameStop and picking up a card and then trying to actually physically get it to you. That took too much time and, you know, a lot of effort to do that. So from now on, we're going to be utilizing this Amazon site so that we can send you gift cards. And in case you don't know, now you haven't been here in a while. Is Now still on the line? I can't see him. Now dropped off? Okay, so it looks like Now dropped off. So for Mark and anyone else, your participation, remember, I write everyone's names down and then I put tally marks next to them, you know, so when we do the wheel of names and say Tamir or Josh, because he's been participating the most, he has the most tally marks next to his name. That means he's going to be entered that number of time, right? Which better his chances of actually receiving a gift card. So there's 4 total that we give out. The first person on the line today was Carter. So that means we have 3 more to give out. Okay. The National God Right Saturday meetings. Let me see. This is the schedule. They had one yesterday, and yesterday's meeting was about careers. I believe it was careers in golf. And so when they send that link out, because they try to record it. Carter, you have a question?
Yeah, so about the gift cards, whatever happened to the that meeting from 2020? You said that you would be giving out the gift cards, the GameStop gift cards. We never got them. I never got one.
So I owe you a gift card, you saying?
Yeah,
You sure, Carter?
I'm positive.
All right, I'll check my records. I'll take a look at it.
It was the
Okay.
card that he gave to Brother Gray, but I don't think you ever got it.
It was the gift card that you gave to Brother Gray, but I never got it.
Okay, so I'll reach out to Brother Gray and see if we can make that happen, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So the next meeting for the National Guy Right Date is April 10th. I'm not sure what that's, what that topic is gonna be at this point, but once I do find out, I will send that out to you all. We talked about Black History Month and the art competition. Did anyone participate in the art competition?
I wanted to, but all the stuff that I drew didn't come out as planned.
Okay, that's Tamir.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there's always next year. So that's old business. In terms of new business, something that you gentlemen, you young men might want to look at. The First Tee of Greater Trenton is starting their program up. It's going to run from Saturday, April 17th to May 22nd. It's from 2 till 3:15. It's a free golf program. I'm going to send this out to you so you don't have to worry about, taking notes on it. But it's a free golf program. And if I'm not mistaken, when we ran it before, several of you actually participated in it. I know Mark Holmes participated in it, and I think Niall participated in it as well. But it's an excellent program for you to take advantage of. It won't cost you anything. So if you're interested, please do participate. Sign up. All the contact information is down at the bottom, and then you can register as well. You can let your parent know as well.
Yeah, brothers can show up too. Like I did it for the past 2 years when they were at the Lawrenceville School, and Christina Sykes and Mountain View are some of the
Okay.
places we used.
Yeah, I went to Mountain View one time with my daughters, but I haven't participated like you have. So it's a great opportunity to learn how to play golf. A lot of
that's
deals are
all.
made on a golf course, guys. So you definitely want to learn how to play golf.
I think that's something I should definitely participate in.
Okay.
Great.
So this right here is from, so let me just say this up front. If there's an opportunity for you guys to be successful, I want to share it, right? So although this is coming from Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, this is a chance for you to exhibit your talent. It's another competition. And it's funny, we're going to be talking about competition because we talked about it last month in February with the art competition, this month with this particular event, this talent hunt. And then I'm going to try, if I can, pull up information about the competition we do within my fraternity for you guys, okay, at the province level. But this is an event that's coming up on March 28th that you can participate in. All the information is on the link above. I'll send this out to you. If you're interested in participating in it, please do, okay? Whatever your talent may be. And the last thing for new business is Real Men Read. They started this back up again. I know Mark participates in it. Mark S., are you still on a call?
Yes, I participate in it.
You got to come a little closer. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I was in a meeting last week, and I'm gonna participate this week. We just finished the first book last month.
Hold on. Hey, Mark, we really can't hear you. You're not loud enough. You got to speak louder.
I participate in the book club, and we had a meeting last Tuesday, and we're gonna have another one this Tuesday. And we just finished our first book, so now we're watching a movie.
So did you start watching the movie last week?
Yeah, and we're gonna finish it this week.
What's the name of the movie?
I think it's called, is it The Five Brothers?
It's not The Five Brothers. It's about boys, black boys, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So have you won anything with this program?
Did you say learned?
Well, two things. Have you learned anything, and then have you won anything?
Yes, I won $70. I won $70 from the first book that we read because I got second place in the Kahoot.
Okay. So listen, gentlemen, what he's explaining is that you got to mute that. What he's explaining is with Boyd's program gives out funds for your participation in this program. And so Mark, the way the funds are given out is through Kahoots. Right? Give me let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what Kahoot is. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what Kahoot is. Okay, excellent, excellent. So Kahoots, since you are familiar with it, they actually put together questions to put into Kahoot about the book that they're reading. And if you get them right, of course you score, you answer quickly, then you score high, right? So what Mark is expressing is that he was able to win up to $70 through participating in their last book club, in their last book reading. So they're about to move into a new book reading after this particular movie viewing. Okay, so I can send out the information on the movie that they're going to be watching as well. But this is the information that you want to, jot down and take part of if you want to try to win some money. I mean, everybody's home. No sense of being home and being broke or not having any funds, right? You have a good time. You have a good discussion, right, Mark? Did you learn a lot in that book?
Yes.
What was the name of the book that you read? The first book that you read?
It was called A Most Beautiful Thing by Arshay Cooper.
And what was it about?
It was about some boys who lived in Chicago and they didn't really live in a good area. And then there was this rowing team and nobody wanted to do it, but then they decided to give it a try. So then they joined the rowing team and started getting more into rowing. And they started to get to know the team more. And they started to go to contests and they won some.
I remember this one. This is when they went to competitions, like rowing competitions, sometimes one person like would mess up. But even when one person messed up, like the whole team, they wouldn't put that one person down. They'd say we get him next time or something like that. I remember this book though. Cause like I forget what it's called. I think it's called like a crab. Like when somebody got their row stuck, their paddle thing stuck in the dirt under the water, and then but sometimes they actually did really good. Sometimes they were actually doing really good, and then they'd mess up, and then sometimes they actually did really good and they won too.
Okay, so yeah, and what was the distinction about those young men? What was important about those young men that was the reason Boyd chose that storyline? What were their ethnicity?
It's because they were black, right?
Right. It was the first black rowing team, all black rowing team, right? That had never been that never happened before, correct?
Yeah, and they said people would talk about them, saying like, well, they would look at them like thinking like that they didn't belong there or something like that.
Right. Okay, so make sure if you want to participate in something that's really enlightening and gives you more history about young men of color, blacks of color, right? Black men that's doing really big things, participate in this activity, okay? And you can possibly win money with it. So today's topic is about competition. And that competition can be in politics, career advancement, sports, anything that you can think of in terms of what we can compete with. And so this is the definition of competition. So Carter, can you read this for us?
Competition arises whenever two or more parties strive for a common goal which cannot be shared. Where's one gain is this other's loss. Competition includes rivalry between entities such as organisms, individuals, economic, and social groups.
Right. So that third spot is economic, right? So they're talking about financial, right? And so I just want to play a really short video for you about competition.
All right, so
I think I'll start. Oh, do you want to go first?
No, I don't. You go.
Hi everyone, it's Yanis here, and in this video we will explore what is competition. To grow and progress in your life, it's a great idea to measure yourself up with other people in that field and trying to become better than they are. If this is your first time on this channel, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates on my latest videos about time management and productivity. Competition is a situation in which someone is trying to win something or to be more successful than someone else. Athletes are competing for gold medals, businesses are competing for most talented employees and a biggest market share. And even trees are constantly competing for available sunlight, water and nutrients. There is a competition everywhere around us. In general, competition is good as it drives improvement. When two businesses compete against each other, then they are motivated to find new and better ways to operate. They want to reduce the price of the product and improve the quality at the same time to ensure that more people buy from them. This stimulates innovation and also enables consumers to buy products for more affordable prices. Competition can be also good for individuals. Imagine that you start to go to the gym and train with your friend. As you perform exercises, you push each other by lifting more and more weights over time, and in the end, you're both getting stronger. The only thing that you should be aware of when it comes to competition is envy, as that can hinder your progress. If your gym partner is lifting more weights than you do, then that should be the inspiration for you, instead of worry that you are somehow not as good as they are. If you want to become better at running, writing, playing poker or anything else, then you can compete with other people who are doing it to make quicker progress. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I was able to give you a quick summary of what competition is and why it's good for growth and progress. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could.
So here's where the discussion and conversation happens. So we have about 3 minutes. Let me set my timer for, I'm actually give you 4 minutes. So we're gonna have a quick discussion about competition. So what are some things that you guys compete with?
We can compete with sports, schoolwork sometimes.
Siblings.
Sports.
Jobs.
Politics, yeah.
So I heard Tamir, I heard Josh, I heard Carter, and I think I heard Mark. What did you say, Mark?
I said compete for jobs.
Jobs, okay. So what are some things that you personally compete in?
I compete in sports, you know, like trying to be the best on the field.
What sporting activity?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm competitive, like trying to get better as I am already. And on the basketball court, yeah.
On the basketball court or in the game? Or both?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Games count too.
Of course, yeah. Is that a competition?
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
Trying to
so
be number one.
what game do you play, Damien?
It's like a variety. I play like Fortnite, Black Ops, Warframe. It's a variety, to be honest.
Okay. And so with those competitions, who's your nemesis? Who's your partner or the person you compete with the most?
For me, like, are you saying like personally or like generally?
You tell me. Who's your competition?
Well, I mean, generally, I'm not saying like this in a bad way, but the competition is my team because, you know, like if sometimes like people could take my starting position or I could take somebody's starting position, and nobody wants that for either person. But personally, it's like one of these kids from Heightstown. I got into a fight with him. Wait 1 second. You gotta mute your mic. And then we got into a fight. Well, a scuffle, not a fight, but I mean, but honestly, it's because we were both actually like really good at the game, and like it was hard for one of us to like actually get off of each other. So.
Okay. Anyone else?
I compete with my brother just about every day.
what?
And just about anything. It could be like working out in general, could be basketball, could be school related. But we just push each other a lot. So.
Okay. Is it a good thing to compete with each other?
Yes, it's definitely a good thing to compete with each other because when you competing with somebody, it makes you strive to be better.
What's the downside with competition?
That envy, like what they said in the video, like if somebody's doing better than me and I know I'm competing with them, like I can get jealous and like I can start to get mad and that can get in the way of my progress.
Cool. Brothers, did you want to make a quick comment? I'm just asking, no pressure. If you don't have anything, it's fine.
Yeah, I did. I just had to find the mute button again. First of all, I loved all the responses by the leaguers, because you all are keeping it very transparent in terms of what competition means to you on a personal level, which I think is great. All of those I can relate to because I was an athlete in high school. I participated in music. And a lot of times I found, particularly with, being a track athlete, the competition would happen on the track. But for me, it turned into competing against my last performance. So basically competing against myself, meaning if I ran a certain time, that each time I would want to get a new personal best, if that makes sense to you in terms of time. Because let's say, for example, I finished third in the 100. Yeah, with maybe two people that came in first instance, one came in first, one came in second, but the bottom line also became the time. What was the time that beat me? So if that had never been my personal best, then I made it a self competition to get my time to a new high. So in a similar situation, hey, if my time is better, my position should be better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think Josh actually was I think it was Josh. It might have actually been Tamir, who alluded to whether it was your personal best or personal competition or, competitiveness with the team.
Because sometimes you just want to do better for yourself.
Right. That was Tamir. Okay. So excellent comments, gentlemen. Excellent comments. So let me go to my next video I want to share with you all.
For decades, riding in a taxi stayed the same miserable experience. They were hard to find, expensive, and unpleasant at best, all because competitors were prevented from entering the market. But then Uber and Lyft came along and figured out a way to challenge the local taxicab monopolies. And what happened? Prices dropped, rides became easier to find, and quality went up, way up. This is why competition is fundamentally important. Competition is the only force that consistently leads to lower prices and better quality goods and services, improving our daily lives. If an industry is shielded from competition, then the companies within those industries can keep prices high with little incentive to innovate. But as soon as a new competitor joins the market and does something better, faster, or cheaper, then the other companies can either adapt and compete to stay relevant or not. Either way is a win for consumers. Some businesses will succeed, some will fail. But as long as the market remains open to new competition, then prices will stay low and innovation will continue.
bear with me for 1 minute because I wanted to share. I let that play because it was short and it kind of touched on the economic side of the positives about, competition. But there was one that I actually wanted to share with you. Let me see. I thought I had that in queue, but I guess I did not. Go back. All right, so I can't find it right now, so I'll just move on. So do you guys, do you all agree with everything that was stated in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like, like if one person's doing better than, well, if one company's doing better than another company's gonna want to like try and do better, like get those prices lower and have better supplies.
So so what's more important? Like brother Fuller brought up time in his races, right? And he talked about, beating the time versus the person. So what's more important to you?
Time.
The time?
Because, wait, you want me to say why?
No, go ahead. I want you to explain it.
Okay, because I feel like if you beat the person, I mean, you could still get worse than what you got the last time. I mean, if you beat your time, then it's like next time you could beat that time again and again and get faster. But if you're just beating the person, that might not be all that, what's the word? Might not be that hard to beat them.
Okay.
I feel like beating the person's more important. Like, so look, if you beat the person, then you could work on your time after that. But if you beat the time first, that person's still ahead of you though. So that's why I feel like beating the person's more important.
Okay. All right.
So, Tamir, right? So if you beat that person, right, in let's say like the next race that you're in, and then the following weekend you have another track meet, and then um there more competition within that track race, right? Because you beat that person last time. Now there's a new competition, and then you guys are racing, and then that person beat the person time that you just beat. Now you have to worry about beating that person too, but then you didn't improve on your time. What if that time was go from 10 seconds to 20 seconds, right? And you only work on trying to beat that 10 seconds instead of trying to beat that 20 seconds.
Dang. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
understand what you mean.
Yeah, well, that's why I prefaced it by saying that, because in this, the specific world of track and field, if the world record is 9.3 and you ran a 9.9 and took third, and you found out the person that took first only did a 9.7, if your goal is to be at 9.3, that time would beat that person at the 9.6. You follow me? So, and it's kind of like that in any industry. What is the leader of your industry? If the person who can get 100 on a calculus test, your goal again is 100, because the 100 is the highest grade. So the best you can do is tie. But at least if that's your goal, instead of getting a better grade than Lance, who sits next to you, well, Lance only got a 78. So sometimes the number as the goal, or a financial goal, like for many of us, if we consider ourselves successful, if we can earn $1 million or $2 million, that's a great goal to have, as opposed to trying to earn more than our next door neighbor. Well, our next door neighbor only makes 50,000. So sometimes having a bar of measurement can actually make you more excellent than a person who may temporarily have the lead on you.
So that's a great lead into the actual video that I wanted to find, which I actually found now that I had stopped sharing my screen. So I got 2 more videos that I want to make sure that we're able to get through This one specifically and directly relates to this particular conversation right here, right now. So let me share my screen one more time and play this for you. And if you don't know this gentleman, his name is Grant Cardone. He is an author and a motivational speaker. And so he's going to talk a little bit, and I want you to pay attention to what he's describing, right? Listen to what he's talking about, and I'm going to stop it toward the end. I mean, I'm going to stop it at the end, of course. But it's going to definitely double back to the conversation that, you know, the point or perspective that Tamir has, and the comments that Fuller and brother, I can't see names, so I'm lost right now. There was another brother that was talking to him. Yeah, Brother Tardy, I think it was you, Tardy, that was talking to him. Yeah, so just watch this video for 1 second. It's five minutes long.
Hey, big heads up, okay? I'm leaving.
And pardon the language.
What airport are we at?
Gonna make some
Atlantic Aviation in Vegas.
Not
Okay?
a lot.
I'm going to walk you out here. I'm going to tell you a really, really important lesson. Do not try the competition thing. It's overrated and it doesn't work. And I'm going to prove it to you right here in a second. Okay? This is a private, what's called an FBO. Everybody that flies in here owns their own aircraft. Dude, you don't want to try to be the biggest jet, okay? You don't want to try to be the most money. You don't want to try to be the best of the best. There'll always be somebody faster and stronger and richer, okay? Don't play the game. Oh, I got to be number one. What does that even mean, man? I got to be the biggest. What does that even mean? I got to have the biggest car, the biggest watch, the hottest chick. What does that mean? It's a game you cannot win at, okay? You will get your brains handed to you. I'm gonna show you what I mean right here in a second. That plane right there. That's a little Learjet right there. I think it's a little Lear or Phenom. I don't have all my jets right, okay? I don't know, you can buy that plane for about 800 grand. Right next to it. Little bigger. Look what's rolling up right here, a little Challenger. We got a little Gulfstream 4 right there. That sleeps 13. Don't try to play the game. I'm the biggest dick. That's stupid. It's a stupid game. Okay? It's a loser's game, man. I'm out here because anybody, like, here's the little Phenom 100. That plane's about $5 million. Great plane. Faster, so fast. Seats 7 people, okay? Maybe $4 or $5 million. Great plane, great starter plane. But look at this. See that right out there? That's a 20-passenger jet right there. Okay, now notice what's right next to it, John. Okay, that's a 727 that a hotel owns. If you try to play that game, the competition game, I'm the strongest, I'm the best, you lose that game. You got to find what you need in life. What's enough for you? You guys got to define that. I can't define it for you. Most people are coming up short on that game, but there's a lot of other people that are making the mistake when they get in the game and they start playing. They got to keep reaching, not because they need it, but because their ego is like, oh, I got to be the biggest dick. And you know what? You are a dick. You're going to turn into a dick like that. A hotel owns that. That plane's probably $200 million back there. The point is, don't play, I gotta be the strongest, because sooner or later you won't be. Find out what you need. Look, the ass on that plane over there. Hey, look at my little plane. Look at my little plane. See, you're like, man, Grant, man, your little plane. Now flash over to this one. See, if I'm doing the comparison thing, the competition thing, it's a loser's game. Look at that thing flying in here. Can you get that? Dude, a guy told me once he was flying into New York. He landed his plane. He's like, man, I thought I was hot shit until I hit this freaking airport in Teterboro. I said, dude, why don't you still feel like hot shit? Because my plane's smaller than their planes. I'm like, shame on you, bro, for playing a game you can't win at. I mean, I got this bird today. Literally every person that I know said, don't do that. That's a mistake. The only two people that told me that I should buy a jet were people that have 10 times the money that I have. Where are you getting your advice from, huh? This is sitting over there on the runway right now. Come on, Grant! Grant! Let's go play, dude! Grant, I'm depreciating in value. Hey, Grant, aren't you obsessed? Hey, Granny Poo, come on, man. Put me to work. Let me be your little bitch. Let's fly around. Let's go to 40,000 feet. Let's go wear out the brakes in the engine. Come on, Grant, let's go burn some fuel. I'm $8,000 an hour. Let's roll!
So I played that video. I thought that video was pretty interesting because it's showing you, giving you an idea of what happens when you compete with the individual versus competing with yourself. Because there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to be able to, that's going to outrun you, be able to box better than you, be able to do, you know, certain things better than you can. Right? But like he kept reiterating, what is it that you need, right? Where do you want to be, right? Which kind of ties into my last video that I'm going to share with you all. And I recognize that we're at 4 o'clock exactly. So if you give me just a couple of minutes, I'm not going to take comments right now, but let me play this last video because I think this is kind of like drive it home, and then we can have a brief discussion afterwards before we go into the Wheel of Names.
Picture going from this to this. Improving your vision means seeing the world as it was.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. So I'm saying that the idea of competition is so much ingrained in our minds, not even at the school level, but even at the postgraduate level or any aspect of our lives, that it creates a lot of unnecessary stress. So what can be really done about this?
Competition is a good thing. If you're incompetent and you're in competition, you will feel stressed.
I hope you guys heard what he just said. If you're incompetent and you're in competition, you will feel stress. Now you gotta really remember or know what incompetent means, right? To understand that statement. And if you listen to the audience it doesn't register with the audience right away. It takes a second. That's why he's laughing now.
So, if you want to be in a competitive situation, the thing is you have to work on your competence. Right now the problem is, you're tweaking your desire, you're not tweaking your competence. This is what has to happen, that we must teach children to tweak their competence, not their desire. We are calling this ambition, we are calling this goal-orientedness. Ambition means what? You tweaked up your desire, you'll suffer invariably. If you tweak up your competence, you will see wherever you go, you're doing better than what people expect you to. So naturally, things will go well for you. Competition is not the bad thing. Lack of competence is the bad thing. We must understand this. In this country, this is very important because we still think our education is cooked in heaven. Because people tell me temples are crowded just before the examination. Just the wrong place to be. Just the wrong place to be. When your examination is coming, you sitting in the temple is just the wrong place to be. In the vacation, you sat in the temple, great. So instead of competence, we have big desires. If you focus enough on enhancing your competence, you will see there is such joy in breaking limitations every day and becoming something better, you don't care a damn how somebody else is doing. Yes, if every day, if you're breaking limitations, when I was speaking to I think our homeschool, I was telling them, a class full of children should sound like eggs are hatching. You know, at one time I used to do sericulture, you know, silk farming. And I was amazed. I was so amazed I didn't take them to the market sometimes. Because if you just leave the cocoon long enough, if you don't take it to the market, you should see how it opens up. Like this, it'll be making noise. Slowly they're opening it up. When 1,000,000 of them are trying to open, you go inside this room, it's going. This is how a school should sound. That every moment they're breaking their limitations. If you are breaking the limitations of who you are, if your competence, you're working constantly to expand, you don't even have the time to look at somebody, how is he doing? Because this is such a great thing happening within you. So please focus on your competence. Competition, you don't bother. If you're good, you'll be on the top, otherwise you'll be somewhere. It's okay.
So was that kind of clear? Did that kind of make sense to you all?
Yeah, that kind of made sense to me.
Yeah, because go ahead. Let me hear your thoughts.
When he said, I understood when he said if you're gonna be incompetent and have competition, you're gonna be stressed out. I knew what he mean, because like being incompetent means like not having or showing the skill required for that. So if you don't have the skill required for competition, there's no point in competing, because you're just gonna get outdone, and it's just gonna stress you out more. But at the same time, like it's still important to compete though, like so you can make yourself better.
Right. Very good. That's very good. Any other young man want to comment? Carter, you good? Okay. So I think Brother Fuller had mentioned it earlier too about the timing, right? So one of the things that I just like to, I know I kind of step on this soapbox, if you will, often, but I think it's necessary because the goal is about empowering you guys, right? For me, the goal is about empowering you guys to building up your confidence level. So, you know, so that when it's time for you to graduate or matriculate from out of Kappa League and you go off to college, that you feel secure in knowing the information that we taught you, right? How to you know, follow Robert's Rules of Order if we were in an actual meeting setting, right? How to speak up for yourself, right? How to be confident in yourself and the choices that you make, right? These are all things that we try to impart upon our young men, or I try to impart upon our young men, right? So that when you reach that collegiate level, you are confident in the information and skills that you have, that you gained from us, you know? And there's learning opportunities from myself, from Brother Tardy, Brother Roberts, Brother Fuller, Brother Goodman, you know, even, and it's funny because I think with my son participated in Kappa League, and he was the co-president at a time when, you know, of course, way before you guys, but he was a co-president within Kappa League. And now that he's up in Rhode Island, you know, he'll reach out to me to get advice from me. Whereas before, when he was in the program, some of the things that I was telling him really wasn't sticking, right? And it's only through experience that you guys will eventually find out. Hopefully it's not the hard way, but you guys will eventually find out that some of us, adults, parents included, actually have a lot of wisdom to impart upon you. And so when we're having those types of conversations with you, it's not that we are doing a judgmental conversation with you, or, you know, we want to discourage you or anything like that. We really just want to give you a perspective and a view that we're aware of that you may not see in your rearview mirror. It might be something that's hidden from you, right? But our goal isn't necessarily for you to, like, it's not that I want any of you to join my fraternity or our fraternity, right? But if you do, you'll be well prepared to know what the expectations are and whether or not you have the skill set to actually be a part of it, right? If you have the desire to be a part of it, right? When you go into the workforce, whatever that position looks like, whatever school that may look like, when you get to that point, you'll know and you'll be confident and competent that you have been given and afforded the skill set to sit at the table, at the dinner table, and know which forks to use, right? Which utensils to use, right? What the etiquette is at the dinner table, how to actually play golf, right? Right? What to do with, you know, how to be a team player when we go out and play paintball, right? All these things combine to give you guys an experience that helps to, you know, enlighten you, to increase to empower you, right? And that's the whole goal of our Kappa League. So when there's young men that, you know, are out playing baseball right now, or, you know, doing those types of things, that's fantastic that they're involved in those things. But in here, when you make the commitment to be a part of the meeting and you stay and you devote your time, then you're one step or one skill set above those other individuals. Because guess what? You can still go out and have your gaming time, right? It's unfortunate that sometimes our schedules may clash, and I get it, right? I'm not knocking anyone, but understand though, if you don't go back to the video or listen to, you know, the college fair or college tour that the National Guide Right has put out, or, you know, something that Mr. Hawk or Trenton Kappa League has put out, then that's lessening your skill set, right? It's lessening your skill set. So I just wanted to be able to share that about competition. And this is only our first conversation about competition. I think in the next one, I actually will send out information. How many of you actually, other than gaming, how many of you actually have a talent that you actually compete in? Whether that's, you know, playing an instrument, skills with rapping, skills with poetry, anything of that nature, singing skills. Anyone has any type of talent like that? If not, no problem. What happens is on our province level and national level, there's what's called the Student of the Year competition. And with that Student of the Year competition, of course, they look at your academics, they look at your involvement in the community, but they really look at your talent, right? How much of a master are you with your talent? How much do you know? What content? How competent are you with your talent, right? And if that competency can compete with another person of the same caliber, who has the best caliber in it, right? And so we do that on the province side, and we do that on the national side. And so if you guys want to share it with me, then we can, you know, I can share with you the application process for it, and, you know, you can participate in it. But if you guys don't want to share and, you know, might have some stage fright or whatever, you know, it's out there for you, right? This year may not be the year. You might want to build up your confidence a little bit more, and then next year might be the year. Okay, so it's just like that competition with the art, right? So let me go. Did you have any questions? Did anyone have any questions? Okay, cool. Brother Roberts, why you upside down, man? Cut it out, man. Let me I'm gonna go back here for a minute. And that was the closing agenda. This is what April is gonna look like. We have two meetings. The 2 meetings for us, right? Which is on the 11th and the 25th. And then on April 10th is the National Guide Right monthly meeting. I don't have any current remarks right now. Do any of you young men want to say anything for the good of Kappa League? Any good news that you want to share?
I'm doing good in school.
Say that one more time, Tamir.
I'm doing good in school.
What's doing good in school?
Like B's and A's.
Okay. Honor roll. Excellent. I do have there's Manuel. What's Manuel? Brother Roberts, what's Manuel's last name? Manuel is one of your fellow Kappa Leaguers. I can't think of his last name right now.
I think it's
I can't either.
Tejada.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Brother Tardy. He got accepted into what is it? Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT.
Oh.
Got accepted into MIT, which is really good. That's a huge accomplishment. All right, so let's go to the wheel of names and put in some names here. So Elijah, Damien, Carter, Josh. Mark, you still on the line?
Yes.
All right. Notice, if they're not on the line, they're not going to be in this list. Some Destin. Did I leave out anyone? All right, cool. So let me see. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tamir.
Yeah, I participated a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot of comments in there, Tamir. Elijah, you actually. Okay. And then Mark. Oops. Damien. Okay, cool. So let's shuffle this up. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna spin the wheel. One of these days I'm gonna change that song. All right, Josh. All right, Josh. So just to let you know, this is, so if you win, I remove one of your names. I don't remove all of them, but I only remove one.
Yes, sir. I got $20.
You got one more to go. Oh, that was close.
I just won $40. I've been
right,
winning a
cool.
lot recently.
So listen, it pays to participate. It pays to participate. Tamir is understanding that the more he opens his mouth, the more the higher chances he has of receiving funds. He gets it, okay? So Mark, Damien, Elijah, Carter, I love the fact that you all are here, but we want you to be engaged a little bit more, okay? So I think what I'm gonna do, I'll cap it at five tally marks. That doesn't mean you don't have to, continue talking, or participating. But I think I'll cap it at 5. That way, we kind of even out the competition. Okay. So
Wait,
it's
can
4:20. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll send you out a link for your Amazon gift card. And gentlemen, do you have anything that you want to share? Brother Goodman, Brother Tardy, Brother Roberts, anything you want to share?
Amir, I think he had something to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say this before, but I never got the chance to. So you know how in the video, I forget his name, Grant Cardone, I think his name was?
Yes.
He said that competition is a losing game, like unless you're competing with yourself, right? That's basically what his message was.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not saying his opinion is wrong, but I don't agree with it. Cause okay, yeah, you can compete with yourself. But he was comparing it to jets and money and stuff, cars and girls and stuff. He wasn't, and sometimes he was comparing it to being the strongest. And honestly, that's what makes competition the best thing. Somebody out there, that somebody's out there that's better than you. That makes you want to strive to be better. That's all I really wanted to say.
So think back. It's not that I disagree with you. I think it holds some merit, right? But think back to the guru at the end, where he said, that competency. If you're not competent in a competition, you feel stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you pretty much nailed it on the head, hit it on the head when you gave your analyzation of that comment, right? And that's the same philosophy that I think the young man is talking about. Because what happens is when you start to get, say money, right? If you say your net value is, 100 million, right? And you're trying to compete with, a person that has $1 billion or 5 billion, their toys are going to look different than what your toys look like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And so what I'm taking away from it is build up your competent level, your competence, right? And your confidence so that you can get to that point. Don't stop striving to get to that point, but recognize that there's already, because my money value is here and his money value is here, there's going to be a very distinct difference between what he can purchase and what I can purchase. But don't let that distinction discourage me from trying to rise to the top. Increase my knowledge set, put out more, books or, video games or whatever it is whatever the industry that I'm in, put out more of that content, make sure that I'm proficient in it and put out more of that content, which will raise up my income. And then I can be at the same level as a Jeff Bezos, right? Because Jeff Bezos money definitely can't, his money on the video can't compare to Jeff Bezos money, right? Jeff Bezos can pretty much do and be anything that he want to be, right? It's like I recently saw this breakdown of the income of LeBron James, what he earned. They broke it down to the actual minute, right? They broke down his salary from, I think he's in a 10-year contract, down to the very minute, right? What he earned per minute. And it was like $1.65 per minute. And they compared that to, what sport did that other guy play? I want to say he played baseball, but his contract was a shorter time period, right? I think it was a shorter time period, and he was making where LeBron was making $1.65, say 65 cents. He was making $1.73, right? Or $1.75. So he was out earning LeBron James. And even though LeBron James' money looked bigger in the 10-year time frame, his money was actually more than LeBron James because of the shortened time frame. It was just more, you know. I don't know why I brought that up, but
I see the point though. I see the point.
yeah. But good conversation. I'm glad you participated and asked your questions, Tamir. Okay.
Thank you.
So you all feel free to log off, enjoy your day, get out and get some sun. Don't sit in the house. It's okay to walk outside, at least from my opinion. Check with your parents, of course, you know. But sun is good, okay? Carter, don't sit in that bedroom all day doing nothing and playing your games. Now look at you. You froze yourself in that position, man. Wait, I gotta screenshot this.
Have a good day, everybody, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Oh, it just froze. This is what I was pressing the button. Yes, you enjoy the rest of your week also, Tamir.
Bye, Mr. Hawk.
Goodbye, Mr. Scott.
See you, Brother Hawk.
Y'all enjoy y'all day.
About the gift cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Brother Gray.
Oh, okay.
And if he doesn't get it to you by say by Friday, have your mom text me or you can text me, either one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, cool. We good, brothers, or any feedback?
Good
Was
session.
that all right?
Yeah, it was,
Good session.
Cool.
It was a great segment. I think like the discussion between them, I was glad to see that they was actually having that conversation between them. So
Yeah, me too. Me too.
yeah, trying to avoid like us like projecting our opinion, which will sway them. So I just wanted them, wanted them to continue that conversation too.
Right. Yeah. I try. So eventually, believe it or not, Brother Tardy, believe it or not, it's actually up to, like, they should be setting the agenda and doing those types of things. But I think for me, in this virtual realm, that is best to one of us lead that, right? But in the when we, get back into a gathering position or situation, then the conversation should be held with the officers to come up with the agenda and, the talking points, and let them, and that's where we actually begin to teach them the Robert Rules of Order and how to conduct meetings, because we step back, just like in the conversation, we should be stepping back and not always putting our opinions up front, because they'll acquiesce or kind of, shut down if the adults are doing more talking. And, just something I picked up, along the way of doing this. So
One quick point. Are you guys joining that COVID thing in about an hour? We got that in an hour.
He talking to Brother Goodman and Brother Tardy. He ain't talking to me.
It's a Zoom, bro. You gotta join the Zoom, man.
I was trying to go grocery shopping.
Bruh, you about to step into a role, bro. Ain't no breaks. Ain't no breaks, bro. I've been, bro. It's every day of the week. So get ready.
I'm sorry, but family first. And
that's what I always tell you, right?
That's what you always tell me. So I'm pulling that card today, brother. I got to go shopping.
What, you gotta get more celery?
That too.
But yeah, man, it's been past months. It's been crazy. You know, we had this call yesterday for the Northeastern Province.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, it was with Jimmy McMichael.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, the subject of insurance came up.
Well, hold on. Hold that thought.